back to Slide Bites. So today I am looking at the Squire Strat. This is actually an SE Strat from 13 years ago. This is actually one of my favorite guitars. This was actually my first six string, and this is where it all started for me, right here. Uh, she's been through a lot of life. Actually, technically, the first Squire Strat SE I got was a sunburst color, and as I was putting in the tremolo bar arm, it actually broke. So, on the quality there. Ended up taking it back to Guitar Center. They swapped me out for this black model, same kit. Came with an amp, gig bag, stand, and guitar picks, cord, all that stuff. Little frontman. I think it was even a Squire branded frontman. Anyway, where does this kind of guitar sit, these value pack guitars? Well, you never really know. Some of them are quite excellent, some of them are very not excellent. This one, I've polished my frets down because they're fairly sharp, not terrible. I've had worse guitars on the sharpness of the frets, but definitely did need file. The tremolo arm itself, this is actually a replacement arm. Sorry, we're outside, some air conditioning's coming on. This is actually a replacement arm that I picked up to replace one that I lost years ago. The thing with a lot of these, I quit using tremolos for the longest time because I found them kind of unreliable for tuning, and I went to hardtail guitars almost strictly on everything, and you'll see that represented in a lot of the instruments I own. I think I only have 3 total guitars that actually have tremolos. Anyway, the guitar itself is pretty good. We're at the point now where sometimes the input is a little bit sketchy. Sometimes she does kind of cut out. I probably need to go in there and fix something or swap out the input. Not a big deal. At 13 years, I'm okay with it. Like, as far as I'm concerned, for the price my parents paid when they got this for me as my first guitar, for the whole kit, I believe it was under $300. I think I actually paid $250 on a Black Friday special, something like that. Again, really, this has been a long-lasting guitar. The reason why I was kind of going through different types of music there is I find Stratocasters to be one of the most versatile types of guitar you can get. You can go from metal to blues to country to one of my favorite tones here. Now I'll demonstrate this a little bit. We're going to switch back to, this is the Fender Mustang 1 version 2, one of my favorite amps I have. Do this a little bit more volume here. Before I get into the Red Dead Redemption theme song there, that's one of those cool things about the Squire Strat and Strats in general, is that you can actually get very, very different tunings, or tones, I should say, tones with this guitar. This is actually in drop D. You can get all over the place on these. And a lot of those early spaghetti western songs, I've actually seen a lot of orchestral performances using Stratocasters to get that really cool vibrato. Honestly, these are just, the Strat is probably my favorite design of guitar there is. I love PRS, I love Epiphone, and Gibson guitars can be really awesome. I'm not a huge Gibson guy, I'm more of a Fender guy in general, as far as taste, but I don't think there's anything wrong with Gibson. I just find the shape and body style more appeals to me, but really, you can get so much out of these. Now, some people may not like the single coils. I will say these are fairly low output. You can get a good tone out of them for sure, especially when you're cranking your gain up. If you really want to play metal on these, you can do it. It'll be a little bit higher pitched and jangly, but plenty of people do it. And I mean, like people like Yngwie Malmsteen play Strats, have no issue with playing Strats. Granted, his is upgraded, I'm sure. I think he's, or at least did use, is it lace pickups? I'll be wrong about that. Might want to look that up. Anyway, these guitars are very versatile, and you can do a lot with them. This one has been, again, 13 years old. Everything's all original except for the tremolo arm on it. And other than the input, every now and then having some issue, which it's been great today. Every now and then when I'm going back and forth, you can get some different things going on with that. Anyway, these guitars are excellent. The Strats, especially the newer ones with the hardtail bridges, you can get really good performance out of those. Those are more the bullet range. These SEs were a very special thing because they are actually, I think a lot of the bullets are a little thinner in the body, and these are actually the exact same specs as a full-on Fender Strat. These are actually, from what I've understood, this one was contract made by Axel Guitars, which you know them. I think they have the Badwater guitars. Anyway, they have a really cool crackle finish. I love the guitars. I played several. Played one of Seymour Duncan's and loved it before. Anyway, they did an excellent job on this one. Like I said, the frets were just a little sharp, and for 13 years, this input might need to be changed. But really, it's been a great guitar. As far as the whammy bar breaking, I don't know what to say about that. This is a replacement that I bought more recently. It wasn't even this guitar, it was a different one. Lemons happened, it could have been something like that, or it could have just been known that the wind that day. I don't know how to explain it. This one has not been any real issue. Granted, I don't go crazy with it, but she holds tune pretty well too. This is a floating tremolo, sort of. I call it floating. They use the 6 screws there for your adjustment. It's really the old style trim on these. I think it's fine. Some people like to have it flat, some people like it floating, like I have it floating. Some people angle it so it's still touching the body. I don't think it matters to me. I'm not noticing real differences. You got 21 frets. Again, I'm not really ever up this far on the board, but if you want to do that, you can. I honestly finger pick a lot with this one. This honestly, I keep coming back to it. It lives in the bedroom right next to the bed with my Practice Blackstar amp plug, because it inspires me. And that's really where I want to kind of end this video. Pick the guitar that inspires you when you really want to first start getting to it. You know, this isn't really a full-on review of this guitar as much as it is just me showing, you know, this is where I started. You know, I think Squier is a good brand. I think you can get really good guitars. You may not want to do the whammies. Again, that was 13 years ago. I can't really speak to how their new whammy bar systems are, but the fixed bridge system, I think, is the way to go. And I've got another Squier coming soon that we will discuss on here that is bullet with the fixed bridge. And I think I actually expect good things from that guitar. I really do. You get a lot of versatility of strats, and I think it's important. If the Les Paul is what inspires you, and you don't have a lot of money and you want to get going, get an Epiphone. Get even the cheapest Epiphone Les Paul you can get, which actually we're going to talk about that in a video upcoming. Get one of those. Get something, you know, pick something that will inspire you to actually pick up the instrument and play it. And that's what I did, and it really has pushed me to play, because I look at this and I just think, you know, of all those, my younger years, we had Rock Band, the game we were playing all the time, and the controller looked like this too, and, you know, I saw a lot of punk rock guys playing Squiers, and it just called to me, and I've always been a Fender guy anyway, so pick what really calls to you. Ibanez maybe you're a shredder guy, I mean, you really like Killswitch Engage, or whoever the new guys are everyone's listening to. I'm not as up to date as I probably should be. You know, get an Gio Ibanez or something. Just pick what inspires you to pick up the instrument and play. Anyway, 13 years later, she still sounds great. Everything's all original except for that tremolo arm. May have to just switch out that input, but honestly, I'm going to try as long as I can to keep it original. This is in drop D tuning. It was going back and forth with the Fender Glass Slide. We're going through the Fender Mustang V1 or 1 V2 amplifier. She sounds great, guys. This has been Slide Bites. Again, just telling you, pick up what inspires you, enjoy playing, hold on to them. Man, they mean so much to you. Anyway, see you in the next video. Bye.